Welcome from New Zealand, coronavirus lockdown edition of my videos. I'm wearing this for two reasons. I made the mistake of shaving early day one or day two of the lockdown, and I don't like how I look without a beard, so I wanted to get this video out in response to Andrew and Denae's video on desert island camera. I have some thoughts on this. I think some are interesting. Excuse my lack of light back here. It's late at night. So the question of which camera would I take to a desert island, to me, is a tricky one. Literally to a desert island, then you have to think about batteries, film availability, what is the end game. If I'm literally going to a desert island, I probably take this bad boy. Nope, wrong one. This, which is actually one of my favorite cameras. I'm not sure if it's focusing, with this specific lens, which is the Sigma 19mm 2.8, I think. Yeah. The reason being, it's not weather sealed, but I feel like if you leave the lens on, it's pretty damn close. Although I do actually have a weather sealed OMD M1, but that's a much bigger, bulkier camera. This is nice and little, still in my hand. Though maybe this, my recently acquired X20, would fill that role better, because it has a zoom. I've got a zoom lens for this. So we're talking actual desert island, I don't know, it's a tricky one, because the battery life on this is terrible. The battery life on this is at least twice as good. But if we're talking one camera and at the expense of all others, then with no other consideration, film was available, processing was available, processing was free. Of the cameras that I currently own, I would have this, my Mamiya 645E. The reason I don't shoot this more is, as you all know, it's expensive to shoot medium format. And you get less shots per roll. They're bigger, they're a bit more cumbersome, but that isn't really a problem. If you've only got one camera, the size is not too big an issue, because I guess you're probably like me, a lot of you, in that you carry more than one camera all the time anyway. My daily carry is these two at the moment. And this would be a good desert island camera as well, because it is weather sealed, dust proof, camshell, nice and small. And this would actually be in consideration for if I could only have one camera as well. But if we're talking if I could only have one digital camera, then I think it would be this. I'm not sure what lens I would choose. I have the nice 24-70 equivalent, but it's big and it makes it very top heavy. I have actually better micro four thirds cameras, but this is my favorite for whatever reason. It's funny with photographers, very often our favorite cameras are not our best cameras. I mean, this GH3 I'm filming on would actually be a pretty good only one ever camera. It shoots good video, which none of the rest do. It's weather sealed, battery lasts longer than most, flip out screen. The GH3 would be a serious contender, but I'd far rather have this hanging around my neck. And I like the colour profiles in this. a lot better than in the GH3. So there are my answers. If I could only have one camera ever out of the cameras that I have, it would be this. If I could only have one digital camera out of the cameras that I currently have, it would probably be this. I'm buying a 5D Mark II. When this Corona is over, I've actually bought it, or I've arranged to buy it, and we're just waiting on being able to get it sent out. So that might become my one digital camera if I was choosing one. This is real close. Problem with this, anything above ISO 400 and it turns to mud. If you're going to a desert island and it's going to be sunny all the time, might not be too big a problem. Also, if you're going to a desert island and you don't have a tripod, I guess you can still do night photography in that. I don't know, it's an interesting question. Yeah, I don't think any of the cameras that I currently have would be my camera of choice if I could choose out of any camera. So that's interesting. Maybe I should think about that. Maybe I need to sell a lot of my stuff and just get some stuff that I would actually really, really like. So that's my answer. It's a bit roundabout. It's just off the cuff, and no science gone into any of this, obviously. We're actually in day 2 in New Zealand of reduction to level 3 lockdown. So that is that. One thing I'm going to do, which I'll tell you about now, I'm trying to decide on my daily carry, and as you can see, there's not actually that much difference in size between these two, but I've stopped carrying this because of the width. But it's not much different. I'm going to see the black and white profile in this against the black and white profile I prefer in this. I really like the black and white profile in this, and I haven't really tested the black and white profile in this, so I'm going to do a comparison between the two, decide on which I like better out of those two. Now, I actually also picked up a Sony a6000, which I'm amazed at as a camera, much smaller than I thought it was going to be, APS-C size sensor. So then I'm going to do a shoot off between the winner of these two and the Sony a6000, specifically on the black and white profiles, because, and I know they're tweakable, but there's sort of inherent things in both of them that are different, and I am leaning more and more towards my sort of daily slice of life photography being black and white, and therefore the camera that I want to carry, I want to have my favorite black and white profile on. So that will be coming up shortly. Probably my next video actually will be the beginning of that process. And then this year I'm going to get rid of a lot of gear. Not while it's cheap like it is at the moment though. I think camera prices are super low. Sorry, I'm fidgeting with this all the time. Camera prices are super low at the moment. And I've got a boatload of film cameras I need to sell or want to sell, and I should reduce the size of my cameras, digital camera collection as well. I'm wondering about moving away from micro four thirds. I'm nervous that Olympus is going to stop producing cameras. I hear they're in trouble. YouTuber Robin Wong says they're not. He seems to be in the know, but I don't want to invest into more glass into that system when I think the writing might be on the wall. I'm thinking about moving to Sony, which is disappointing to me. I like Olympus. I like cameras from camera brands, and Sony is not a camera brand. But that A6000 is making me question that decision, so
Might be time to move to Sony. Other thing I like about Sony is you can have APS-C size bodies, and then you can use most of that glass, or if you buy full frame glass, you can then use that glass on full frame bodies if and when you decide to move to full frame. But anyway, that's it for me. Have a look around, look at my other content, see if you like anything. Please, if you got this far, do me a solid and hit the subscribe or leave me a like. I appreciate it. Everyone stay safe. See you next time. Peace.